two premium webcams, one being the Elgato Facecam, hope you see it there, and the other being the Avermedia dual webcam. Very robust selection that we've got here. I picked both these webcams up on sale for about 120. These are the two premium on the market at the minute. The dual webcam I was very much intrigued with the prospect of it having two webcams built into one being in 2K and the other being 1080. It's really cool. It's a nice little niche webcam. If you're into that, we'll have two dual webcams, as it's called, the dual webcam, in one webcam. It's really neat. You get two for the price of one in 2K, one in 1080p. Now, my issue with the Avermedia is that it only works when you're shooting in auto exposure. If you try to do it in manual exposure, it will not work correctly. It's almost like it starts shooting at 5 FPS. It is horrendous. So you need to keep it in auto exposure, which for a lot of you guys I know is going to be a deal breaker, because if you're like me, you like to have full control over your environment to make sure that everything is working 100%. And essentially, if everything is going to be controlled via a piece of software, well, it's going to be a no, which is a real shame, because the 2K webcam section, the right hand side, it's really good. It's very crisp, very good. Would recommend it as being used as a webcam. It's just a shame that the auto exposure needs to be on, and the manual exposure kind of ruins it. But they're not the first ones to do things like this. Logitech had this with the C920 back in the day. They're just implementing new features to make it feel like you're getting a premium experience. And what I had experience with it specifically is there was always noise. No matter what I did, there was always noise. And they say that if you save the settings, well, regardless of what, it's going to be saved onto the camera. That's how they're promoting it. It's saved onto the camera, so it's not just one computer. The issue I found, and this could just be on the specific one that I had, is that every time I loaded up a PC, a laptop with this camera, the settings, yes, does say specifically how I had it, but the ISO range would be back to default. So I had it set at, say, 200 ISO, but it would be at like 800, 1000, but it'll say 200. You know, just be aware of these issues if you are going to make a purchase. This is my personal experience with these webcams. I know it probably would have helped out a lot more if I had a bunch of B-roll. You could see exactly. I can do a follow-up video if you would like. It's just a quick-fire review, just saying what I experienced with these webcams, because when you're paying that amount of money, you want really good quality. And I found that the quality in the Avermedia was better than the Elgato. Now, Elgato are, of course, bringing out their 4K webcam. Be very interested to see how that holds up. But the issues that I met on both these cameras, completely separate. You know, different softwares, different cameras. The Avermedia, as I say, as soon as you put it into manual exposure, it's like shooting in 5 FPS. It ruins any webcam. It needs to be in auto exposure to work properly. And with the Elgato, that ISO, man, that it was such a pain. The fact that every time you load it up, it was like, yeah, it's all your settings are there, but it's not running